Emmanuel, God is with us. Emmanuel, God is with us. I'm back with another gardening kind of innovative video, retraining the mind so that we can be successful in our backyard gardens. Background data. I have a 20 by 20 foot garden. That is considered extremely small by all accounts. I have boogied into turning the flower bed that goes around the concrete into a berry patch, because you guys, we all know that you want to grow berries somewhere where they are contained. So on the other side of the concrete is a good place. My berries don't have thorns, but still, you know, I got enough projects. But in any event, this video is on leeks. Now when you think of leeks, every leek video you've seen up until now has taught you to grow big, massive, beautiful leeks with tough green tops on them. I want you to refocus. I want you to refocus. And I want you to refocus to leeks that are tender, from the rooty to the tooty. The leaf is as tender as a chive leaf, but it is a leek leaf. And leek leaves are, in my humble opinion, a garlic leaf. So a lot of times you go and you buy those fat leeks for a whole bunch of money. You cut off 2/3 of your money and you have whatever little part is white to eat. No, 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 no. You're a home gardener. You get 500 seed. If you grow all 500 of those plants, you will get the tiniest, most tender leeks you can imagine. And then the other luxury is you won't have to fight off the birds for your 5 or 10 leeks that you can grow in 2 square foot gardens. In that same amount of space, you'll have hundreds of leeks, you know, and they're tiny. So, okay, if you start out with 1,000 leeks in a 4x4 bed, and say a wild rabbit, just coming out of nowhere with this, eats about 500 of them, you got 500 leeks left. You can do this. You no longer fear the doe or the buck. You got this, and you don't have to be a contraption artist with nets and all that. Just grow thousands of millions of things in small spaces and let God's creatures do the pruning. This is what I'm telling you. You will have your most tender leeks. They'll have the sweetest taste. It's easy. Let them go to seed. Who cares? Then next year when those seeds grow, eat your leeks and you'll have abundance. I am in Southern California. When y'all see me in this garden, do you see me running past parsnips like it's nothing? Do you understand that I offer very little summer what? I close up for the summer like bears hibernate in the winter. I hibernate in the summer. So you can do this. I want to encourage you to give it a shot. Grow a lot of leeks in a small space. Grow them from seed. And as the animals kind of prune out some, they don't like onions enough to prune them all out, but they will, particularly in the wintertime. They're going to eat some of them, you know. Keep a backstage of seed, you know, keep an extra 1,000, you know, on seed until you get the amount you want. I grow mine first as tiny seedlings, then I grow them in pots the first season, and then the second season, whatever size they are, I put those in the ground, and whatever the rabbit doesn't eat is mine. I'm digging out my leeks here. And they are so much deeper rooted than I felt like they would be. When I grow them on the regular soil, they don't go this deep. But as you can see, it's all leek. This whole space is all leek. So I would say leeks might be a good thing to grow in a container. Let me just try to get some of this soil up here. Yeah, I could turn the pot over. I don't really have to work this hard, but this pot is so big and heavy, it would be difficult for me, so I'm just doing this. You know, this is a good place to be. Okay, look at that root structure. Okay, energy form. There are my leeks. Oh, they smell so good. I think I'm gonna have to put one of them in my food, even though I'm gonna plant the rest of them. Okay, so this is a great problem to have. They're still hanging on to each other. Yeah, you're seeing that right. These leeks have no idea how much better their world is about to be. They have no idea. This is the world they came into, and they just didn't want to give it up. Okay. Note to self, don't plant 20 leeks in the same spot because their roots will intertwine. Alrighty, so let's get to planting out our leek starts. These leeks are a year old, and you know, to a lot of folks that'd be like not good, but I'm happy to have them. This is my first second successful leek planting. I've had blue solanaris leeks do pretty good for me. You don't have to worry about digging or anything like that. If their roots touch the ground, they'll be just fine. As you can see, these guys are going to dig back into the ground like they once were. I'm planting them pretty close because I'm hoping to get flowers from these leeks. Yeah, I know. People don't plant leeks for flowers, but people like me do. People like me think leek flowers, onion flowers are so beautiful. I think a lot of people actually buy onions that they can't eat and let those flower. Now that, I kind of feel like, why should I do that when I could just plant real onions? Long as looks like okay. So these are the root, that's the root system. Oh no, I got too many there. Oh no, those are roots. Okay. So, looks like this is a clump of 3, which is fine. Get in there. Boy, am I leek happy. These smell good. And I got plans for you. That's a turnip that survived the rabbit. I don't know how it did it. And then it survived all the other creatures too. Amazing. Get some more. Let's get some more here. Set up a nice row of onions. Well, leeks. And hopefully I'll have some beautiful tall leek flowers this year. They are so pretty. There's a pea coming up late, so I'm not going to go too close to the pea, for now. The onions will be a permanent part of this bed, so there'll be no more peas in this bed, because I don't plant onions and peas together. Onions are great companion plants, you know. They have a great root system, but it goes down so far into the ground that it's not a problem for anybody. And I'm just gonna let them get started. This is a chive, that's not a leek. I planted the chives before. Today I'm trying something different to blanch my leeks so that they stay tender until they get a little bit bigger. This is just like chips, like wood chips, and it's used for decorative purposes, but I'm gonna put it around my leeks to protect them from the rabbit while they're tender enough for him to try them, and see if that works out for me. You gotta love your garden. I'm not fast at this. I'm a mature lady, but I thought this is a good opportunity to show you. This is a leek, and you see how much white I have on there. I want to keep that white. So I'm gonna take these bad boys and bury them in, these are cedar chips. So I know that some areas you can't use cedar because it acidifies the soil. Anything that can grow in the desert and rocks is just not picky. You know, I'm not dealing with the picky. I'm dealing with the survivors of the world. I'm in a 20 by 20 garden with a rabbit, a wild jackrabbit. And stuff gets eaten and stuff survives. So you see how I'm doing that? This is not a quick process. You know, that was actually growing down. Over time, this will turn into dirt. We're getting to the home stretch here, and I'm happy about that. I'm very, very excited about that. I thought I'd show you one more time how I'm blanching my leeks. Okay, see how tall that bad boy is? Oh yeah. And we'll just keep covering and covering, so we make sure we keep all of that. Yeah. And I will probably cover most of the green too, because I like it when the green is tender. See how that goes. So there's my start. You can barely see any onions there. As they get thicker, those that survive will make themselves known. And let me just make sure I'm zoomed out so you can see how it looks. That's cedar wood from the forest, and I am attempting to grow onions and peppers and greens and cauliflower in it. Jesus loves you, and I love you with all the Jesus in me. Be blessed, beautiful.